Well, there's a lot going on in the world this morning. We got some quick headlines for you. Brand new evidence that the downing of Egypt Air Flight 804 was, in fact, an inside job. Traces of the explosive TNT found on pieces of debris that were picked up by investigators after that flight came down over the Mediterranean Sea back in May. No Mayday call ever came from the cockpit as the plane headed to Cairo from France, but systems did detect smoke in the bathroom. All 66 people on board are believed to have died. And the U.S. Air Force is grounding its $400 billion F-35 fighter jets just a month after declaring them ready for combat. 10 of the super advanced aircrafts pulled due to faulty cooling lines in the fuel tanks. The Air Force says the F-35 is still in development and that challenges like these are to be expected, although in this case, of course, they were not expected. Abby?
All right, thank you, Tucker. Now to a Fox News alert. New York City targeted 29 victims injured in a deafening explosion as the NYPD investigates a second device and just blocks away.
And some of the big questions now, of course, how sophisticated was this device? And do investigators use the evidence to find the suspect behind it? Joining us now live is Gary Byrne. His extensive training in handling explosive devices as a former Secret Service uniformed officer and a 13-year vet for the U.S. Air Marshals. Good morning. We appreciate you joining us.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
What's your sense about how the NYPD, with the help of the FBI and others, get on top of this and sort out the evidence quickly?
Yeah, the New York City Police Department is excellent at what they do. And, you know, this happened last night, but by now they have pictures of the second device. They're cross-matching that with information from all over the world, from other agencies, federal, other countries, of, you know, how this device was built. They're comparing it to probably the pressure cooker device that we saw used in Boston. They're getting all the information they can. They're getting it quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have some really pertinent information in the next, you know, 5 to 10 hours.
So, Gary, we're looking at a photo here on the right of the screen. This is of a pressure cooker. Looks like a homemade bomb. This was found on 27th and 6th Avenue here in New York City last night. And just makes you think about the reality we face of people being able to put this together in their homes. Walk us through what we're looking at here. How easy is that to make, and how harmful can that be?
Well, you're talking about the skills you might need to build a bicycle. Of course, the information, unfortunately, you can find on the internet. The pressure cooker you can buy from any store. The parts, the two switches that you see, they're just switches you can buy in any electronics store. The wiring, same thing. They need a power source, which is a battery, and then whatever type of explosive they decided to use. It could be anything from modern chemical explosives like C4 or Simtex to something as simple as gunpowder, which can also be bought just about at any firearms store. It's not, I won't tell you it's simple to do, but with a little bit of practice, unfortunately, it can be done.
Well, they say
Is it dangerous? Absolutely.
They said there was maybe a cell phone. They said maybe there was a cell phone attached to that. What do you make of that? Would that mean anything?
Well, that tells you that, yeah, that tells you it's a little bit more sophisticated, using a cell phone, connecting it to the device. You know, if in fact that's true and it's a real device. There's no reason to believe it's not. But yeah, having a cell phone, that gives you a couple different things. You could use the cell phone as a timer, and then you can also connect it to the cell phone. You can call the cell phone and detonate the device at will. So it gives you many options, and have no doubt that if the device is a real device that built like that, it can do some damage. We're not sure what the device was that went off, but 29 people have shrapnel in them. So yes, it is very dangerous. And again, I have full confidence in the New York City Police Department and their federal partners that they'll get to the bottom of this.
A lot of confidence indeed, Gary. But walk us through an investigation like this. You have an explosion, as Abby said, on 23rd Street. A few blocks away, that pressure cooker, which thankfully does not go off. Nobody injured there, even though there were a lot of injuries on 23rd Street. And then less than 24 hours earlier, let's not forget, there was a pipe bomb that exploded in New Jersey, not far from Manhattan. Now, we can't assume that they're connected, but that sounds like a pretty big coincidence.
Sure, and part of that investigation that's going on with the bombing in New York, they're going to make sure, they're going to cross-reference information and talk to each other and make sure that they're not connected. And if they are, then they're going to go from there. There are different types of devices. A pipe bomb is not a pressure cooker, but they do have some things in common. They're trying to compress the burn rate or the explosion to make it more potent. That's what a pipe bomb does, and that's what a pressure cooker bomb does.
Gary Byrne, we appreciate your insights this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Have a great day.
You too. Coming up, the mainstream media